Good evening, I'm John, and this is John News. Tonight's top international development focuses on a potential shift in relations between Venezuela and the United States, as Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro signals his country is open to dialogue with Washington on issues including drug trafficking and broader cooperation, even as tensions remain high following recent U.S. military pressure and a controversial reported strike on a Venezuelan dock facility that Caracas has so far neither confirmed nor denied in public comments, a silence that underscores the complexity of this moment in U.S.-Venezuelan relations. Maduro's remarks, delivered in a televised New Year's Eve interview, highlighted a potential willingness to hold serious talks with the United States on combating drug trafficking, discussing economic cooperation, including U.S. investment in Venezuela's oil sector, and even addressing other areas of mutual concern, but he was elusive when asked directly about a reported U.S. attack on a docking area allegedly used by drug traffickers, saying that, "This could be something we talk about in a few days," without providing confirmation or denial, a response that reflects Caracas's cautious diplomatic posture amid mounting external pressure. Al Jazeera, Plug 1. The backdrop to Maduro's comments includes recent statements by U.S. President Donald Trump, who publicly asserted that the United States struck and destroyed a Venezuelan dock facility used for alleged drug operations, marking a significant escalation in U.S. actions in the region and the first known land strike inside Venezuelan territory associated with anti-narcotics efforts, although U.S. authorities have not provided detailed operational confirmation, and major U.S. agencies declined to comment directly, leaving many questions about the exact nature and responsibility for the strike. ABC News. +1. Maduro used the interview to reiterate his long-standing rejection of U.S. characterizations of Venezuela as a narco-state, framing American pressure as an attempt to destabilize his government and seize the nation's vast natural resources, including oil and rare earth minerals, a narrative he has maintained repeatedly in international forums. The Guardian. Instead, he emphasized Venezuela's openness to cooperation on anti-drug efforts and potential economic dialogue, noting existing engagement with companies such as Chevron as an example of international investment that could expand under improved relations. Reuters' U.S.-Venezuela relations have been strained for years, with Washington sparring publicly with Caracas over alleged drug trafficking, human rights concerns and governance issues, and more recently through escalated actions, including maritime strikes against vessels suspected of drug smuggling, sanctions targeting Venezuelan officials and oil assets, and an intensified military presence in the Caribbean region as part of anti-narcotics efforts aimed at disrupting the flow of illegal drugs into the United States. Al Jazeera. Domestically, Maduro's comments appear aimed at both addressing economic imperatives and diffusing international pressure following a period of intensified U.S. actions, while carefully managing internal political dynamics in Venezuela, where criticism of foreign intervention plays strongly with segments of the population. His call for dialogue came alongside accusations that U.S. tactics amount to illegal warmongering, and yet his willingness to entertain serious talks suggests Caracas may be seeking to balance resistance with a path toward negotiation that could alleviate tensions, especially in areas where cooperation may yield mutual benefits, such as anti-drug operations and economic engagement. The Guardian. Analysts say the lack of explicit confirmation about the reported dock strike and Maduro's strategic silence on that specific operational detail underscore a broader diplomatic effort to keep channels open without granting Washington a clear victory in public messaging, leaving both nations in a precarious space where rhetoric, military action, and potential negotiation intersect. Whether this moment leads to substantive talks, a de-escalation of military activity, or further geopolitical friction remains uncertain, but for now it highlights the fluid and high-stakes nature of U.S.-Venezuela relations in a region that continues to experience broader security and economic challenges. And as these developments unfold, world capitals from Caracas to Washington will be monitoring not just what is said, but what is not said in this delicate dance of diplomacy, force, and negotiation. Because in global affairs, sometimes the most powerful messages are delivered in silence, and the decisions made behind closed doors can reshape international relationships for years to come. And from John News, this has been your comprehensive update on Venezuela's response to U.S. pressure and its stated openness to dialogue with the United States.